Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Migration, the latest animated film from Illumination. And this focuses on a family of ducks who finally decide to go on a migration after, years of being kept safe on this little pond by the patriarch of this family. And we have Kumail Nanjiani, who plays our father in this situation, Mac, Elizabeth Banks, who plays Pam, the mother, and some standouts, Tressie, Gazelle, and Casper Jennings as the two kids. And you do have some fun supporting characters who we'll get to, but generally this film's only like an hour and 20 some odd minutes. It doesn't have this big commitment to it, and it moves pretty well. It's pretty brisk, and it doesn't particularly stay in any one place for too long. It's more or less a series of vignettes along this journey from wherever they are up in the wilderness, and they're trying to fly all the way down to Jamaica. And, the story and the plot, sure, there winds up being this antagonist that feels so shoehorned into this. And there's a couple of beats that feel like they're really trying to hey, we have a structured plot. Do you? But do you need one? It's one of those things where each place they wind up stopping has some fun to go along with it. And you get some chuckles here or there, get some really hearty laughs at other places. And not too many of this just completely went flat. It does use some, cheap lower brown silly humor, and some of the physical comedy is pretty obvious. But in general, I laughed a decent amount watching this film. And the themes of it, of, living life to its fullest, protecting your family, those things are true and poignant and work in this little film. It's animated fine. It does have some 2D animated interludes and stuff like that look so much more creative than just the 3D generic animation of Illumination. And I'm it could have been that, but it's this instead. And in general, I think it works perfectly fine. I think Kumail gets a lot of funny work here. I think Elizabeth Banks gets some moderate moments as well. But the real standouts, one, the best character is probably Gwen, the young daughter, and Gazelle, who plays her, is so sweet and so endearing and enjoyable, and you could get behind her really easy. You have some great character work from Danny DeVito, who plays Uncle Dan, who's the duck that goes along with them, and every time he opens his mouth, he's funny. And you just have wonderful people like Keegan-Michael Key and Carol Kane all coming in here doing some fun. Even Awkwafina doing her general shtick. It doesn't overstay its welcome because it's brisk. It moves along. And at times it can be very colorful and vibrant, especially with Jamaica. But in general, I think this is a silly, fun movie that sure gets bogged down by a needless antagonist, human antagonist character, and some bad plotting. But in general, it's a fun ride. It has laughs. The voice cast is really good. And there's enough there for you to have a nice, enjoyable, brisk little film experience that would be good for the whole family. And, it's good to get some good laughs. And this one has some good laughs. But those are my thoughts on Migration. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.